After years of creating showcases for Assetto Corsa mods, after a couple of thousand of hours spent on Assetto Corsa, I came to a weird realization. Not by myself, as lots of comments and videos kind of steered me that way, but I think that Assetto Corsa is the apex of sim racing modding, and it's unlikely to be beaten, even if Kunos brings an Assetto Corsa 2. Modding in sim racing is not something new. Assetto Corsa wasn't even the first big deal in sim racing where modding was a big deal, but it's the first title where modding took a life of its own to the point of pretty much creating a new game with fantastic new possibilities. Creating features that not even the devs thought it was possible, but it happened. To the point, I would say a significant number of owners of this title, if not the majority, could not play Assetto Corsa without these game-altering mods. Do you want a mod that will give you a photorealistic experience? There is one. Do you want rain? There's another mod for that. Do you want tracks, roads, cars? There are mods for what you want. And if you like those things, this channel is exactly for you, so leave a like, consider subscribing, and joining our Discord community. Invariably, a new Assetto Corsa title would make modding more complex. Hypothetically, and of course all of this video is an hypothetical, if a new title was to be created, Kunos would bring what they learned physics-wise and tire model-wise, and that would make everything more complex to bring to the same standard of physics of Kunos content, let alone to the point where modded content sometimes improves over what standard content is available in Assetto Corsa. If you compare, for example, what happened to the title that Assetto Corsa took the modding crown from, we're talking about R Factor 1, when R Factor 2 came about, you'll see that the modding community didn't really transfer very well into the newer title. Of course, significant hurdles and other issues were in the way, but it shows that the issue of moving to a completely different title is present. The modding community actually preferred to stay with the first Automobilista, which uses the same R Factor 1 engine, with some modders moving there, but not at the same level. Another issue is, nothing says that Kunos would be remotely interested in creating a new Assetto Corsa, updating the old engine with its possibilities and its familiarity, or even going towards a new one with the scale of modability that Assetto Corsa has. There is, of course, the possibility of a new engine being used, as Competizione was created using the Unreal Engine. Unreal is compatible and moddable as long as Kunos decides to go that route. It could be very much the case that they want a controlled experience as the preferred way to go forward. And also, it could be very much the case that Kunos could pull a valve out of Assetto Corsa and not create a new title of this type at all. Assetto came out originally in 2014, so 6 years now going to 7, and as time goes by, the expectations become larger and larger, more difficult to meet, and the drive to meet the expectations smaller and smaller as time goes by. Or simply, they might want to continue the path of offering racing experiences instead of a more general sim racing experience that Assetto Corsa provides. At this point in time, we haven't heard anything about a new Assetto Corsa. In comparison, when the last content patch or free DLC was launched, a new title was announced and released within the span of 9 months. There's still content to come to Competizione this year, in this case the British GT DLC, and it could be very much the case that Kunos will be focusing on Competizione for the next foreseeable future or something along those lines. Kunos tends to be conservative in terms of game development, they don't create more than one title at a time, and they try more or less to keep within a schedule that sometimes runs over, which is normal, but always in reasonable parameters. As such, I don't really foresee a new Assetto Corsa in the future. Maybe not at all, but you know what? That's fine. The modding community is keeping Assetto Corsa as vibrant as ever. Guys, let's enjoy Assetto Corsa how it is and with what it is offering right now with the modding community, because it could be very much the case this would be the apex and the last of its kind.